For the past 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, Nigeria has been having challenges that are beckoning and waiting for answers and solutions. That is why we are bringing to you our program, State of the Nation. And this is going to come up on our flagship program this morning on ITV. I am hereby inviting you to join me, Bola Bakare, your host, on State of the Nation, so that we can hasten the motions that brings national development. It's going to be a regular basis on Tuesdays. Make it a date with me. I'll be there waiting for you, and then we shall discuss Nigeria on an holistic level. Good morning and welcome back to your lofty program, State of the Nation, where we hasten the motions for national development. And like I do say, when it comes to national development, you're part of it. This morning we shall dwell on our capital city, which is Abuja, from where all the policies, guidelines, and the government of Nigeria takes place. If you haven't been to Abuja before, I can tell you this for free. Abuja is a beautiful city. I pride myself in being to at least 6 of the 7 continents on earth. And I can tell you this, Abuja is a beautiful city. We should be in the first 10. Forget about concrete jungles, where all you see are high-rises, mortar, concrete, and what have you. Abuja is a beautiful city of trees and fauna, of proper design, and the only itch there might be you, the Nigerian that wants to make a mess of that proper design that we have on ground. But at the same time, I want you to keep it at the back of your mind that Abuja is a beautiful city. It has a master plan that we are going to adhere to, either we like it or not, because that beauty must be maintained. And in maintaining the beauty, you need the human factor to drive it. And that is why I have in the studio with me this morning my amiable brother, Mr. Iharo Atta, who happens to be an SSA to the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. My brother, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, sir. Very wonderful morning, our good people of Abuja.
Thank you. Thank you for honoring our invite, because I know it's a busy day. Abuja is a busy city, and then it takes everything and much more than you have. But like I said in my opening, that yes, Abuja has a master plan that is beautiful in its concept. But the thing is, it now boils down to you and I, the average Nigerian, how to maintain that beauty and keep the beauty there and improve on it. And then at the same time, adhere to that master plan that we have on hand. But unfortunately, I'm a true Nigerian. I don't delude myself. We on a regular basis, we go against this design that is fine that we have on ground. Please educate us. What are you doing to us so that we can maintain that element of beauty that we're talking about? But before we go ahead, let's quickly take a commercial break. Don't go away. Welcome back. We still have our guest with us, Mr. Iharo Atta, the SSA to the Honorable Minister of Federal Capital Territory. And I will reiterate my question to him again, that Abuja has a master plan that is beautiful. But the next thing is, you and I as Nigerians, how well do we manage it? How well do we want to keep that beauty? And how much of a hassle are you giving to the people that manage our Abuja to make sure this Abuja stays beautiful? My brother Iharo, my question to you is simple. How well are Nigerians responding to the master plan of Abuja? And what are you doing in that wise to keep them educated, to keep them guided along, and to keep them disciplined?
I think the fundamental fact first is the beauty of a country, that if no matter what people say, no matter the opinion, the views they hold, we are among the very few countries in the world that have been able to tell ourselves very fundamental truth that Lagos was already congested.
Yes, of course.
We know we've been badly bordered by Ogun, bordered by Oyo State, as well as on the other part, the Atlantic Ocean is not doing us any good for expansion.
That's
so
right.
we need to get a new capital city.
Of course.
Long before many persons today were born, great men took decision to say, hey, let's come to this center. At some point, it was not so welcomed, but later on, it became so accepted that even to today, even as at today, everyone seems to be pouring into this landmass here called Abuja, and everyone is looking for a living. I think the fundamental fact is people understand very well that Abuja is a planned city. It's a city planned from the scratch. Men came from Lagos, approved by the then military president to start work in Abuja. And they actually worked, and we know that XYZ will be XYZ. The first secretariat would be here. This particular one ought to be here. This ought to be here, and all of that. Although those who are in planning, the planners have always told us that there is room for review as time goes on. They review the plan because the plans are not cast on stones. That they will review the plan. But I think the people buying into the master plan and understanding it is something that we need to still be driving, because many persons understand that Abuja has a plan. They know it very well. Abuja has a plan. But trying to maintain this plan going forward appears to be a bigger problem. Like what we also tell some persons is that for those of us who are in and around government, particularly the Fcta administration, we must start to make the people own the city. If they own the city, they want to protect the city.
Of course,
if they own the city, they won't even allow you to do some things you feel you want to do. Like dropping a container by the roadside, conscripting the road, putting trash anywhere you want to put, go and look, getting a green area by virtue of some powers that will soon expire. You want to quickly build on green areas, build on waterways. You want to contravene the master plan, make Abuja look like an urban slum. I think in all of this, many persons, most people know that there is a master plan, but few other ones within the population are trying to rape the master plan. And that's where sometimes we bring in enforcement.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good, because for everything in life, there has to be that element of discipline.
Correct.
Once there is no discipline in any institution, it will go haywire.
Correct.
Let me now talk in terms of one thing that is happening in Abuja that has to change with time. There are still pockets of shanties in Abuja.
Correct.
And I guess these pockets were there because the people, at least there are some people living in Abuja. What we call Abuja now belonged to some people prior. And then I guess they've been settled, they've been resettled, they've been moved, they've been this. And at the same time, they are not moving. Coupled with that, they extend their level of nuisance to a higher level. Because I have been able to see some instances where your department in FCT has been able to say, my people, don't come this far. Stay that way until we get across to you and then resettle you properly. What are you doing in terms of all these shanties like we have in Utako, we have in Jabi, and the rest of them?
No, I think we'll divide it into two here.
Go ahead.
There are the ones that are let me call them original shanties.
Okay.
They are the ones that are indigenous communities.
Okay.
Some of the communities have not been fully resettled. Some have not been properly compensated.
Okay.
So those ones are the ones who need resettlement and compensation here.
Okay.
And we are hoping that very soon, if all things being equal with enough resources, we can actually get them resettled and remodel those areas. While in some other areas as well, they are talking about integration. And I support that very clearly, because if you have indigenous people, you can integrate them by, instead of you to go and look for land somewhere else, you can rebuild the same area and take them back. In some areas, although some of them will go for resettlement, why I think going forward here we can look at integration, but integration that will be like an urban renewal of their settlement, so that we can renew their settlement and actually give them a good sense of life. Then the other problem, which is what I think you're talking about, is the fact that some of these organic settlements, these indigenous villages, are expanding, and they're not expanding because they are largely indigenous. No, people put pressure on the locals to sell their lands, and when their lands are sold, you find people building, which is in contravention. And I have told people very clearly that the founders of Abuja, when they came here and saw that people were here, they took census of those who are the indigents.
That's right.
And when they got those census, they know the indigents, and they agree that the indigents have right to resettlement and compensation.
Of course.
Aside the indigent, Other persons don't have such rights. So when you come and buy lands from local chiefs and you start to erect structures, when the time comes for removal, we'll remove your property.
Of course, yes.
It's very painful. Sometimes it looks somehow like something done in partiality, but that is just what the law says. The indigenous have special rights, but you don't enjoy such rights. So when you go there and you buy, we'll remove it. The same thing, that's what happened 2 weeks ago at Karamajiji when we got there. Many persons had built big houses on the rail, covering the entire access road to Kukwaba 2 rail station. They covered it, they built on it fully. And we told them we need to build the road. And they said, look, they have houses here that the indigenes sold to them. And the indigenes said they sold to them farmland, not land to build. Because they have small paper, foolscap sheet, they agreed, road farmland. So we got there and we told them you don't have right to compensation.
That's right.
We removed everything, open each street to create access road, parking lot and others for Kukwaba to train station. People felt very bad. They called me names. Some swear, some insult, some went to social media, say everything. But I'm very sure that when the roads, when the beautiful road is out and people can access the train station from the way, they will be happier than what they will be happier and even forget the fact that some of them rain insults on me. But the fundamental fact is those indigenous. But what we are looking at as well is the indigenous community, some of them expanding. Minister gave us a marching order to take satellite image, which we took. We've looked at the settlement from the onset, what it was some 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and what it is now. And we are going to be cutting them across. The indigenous would not be touched because they are largely most times at the middle. Those who buy land at the fringes and everywhere, we are going to reduce them. It's going to be a big tax, particularly the ones around the airport road and the Bay Clinton Drive. We're going to be reducing them heavily. It's going to be something that is going to be very big here. We reduce them.
It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be systemic.
No, it's already, well, we have already engaged with the chiefs, and we've told the chiefs that, look, lands have been sold wrongly, people have built, please stop selling. They say they don't sell. Some persons sell around their community. So we're going to reduce that. We told the chief, we got the awards here. Very soon, by early next year, the machines will be rolling out. But it will be a very painful one. But people
it has to be done. It has to be done.
Can't. If you don't do that, you lose the city.
That's true.
You lose the city because most times some bad guys, very many bad guys come around. We still have the issue of shanties and bachas in most parts of the city. Even in Pape here, we have some very dangerous spots. Although we have been able to clear many of the bad spots around Pape here. Yes. We hope we could still do more in some of the bad spots. Clear them going forward.
Let me throw you this question that is highly important because information is key.
Correct.
In everything every human being is doing in
Correct.
life. Is the FCT throwing out enough information for the people? 1. 2, are the people listening? Because there are some instances where people claim ignorance. We didn't know this. You surprised us. You didn't tell us before. We will have moved. All in the mode of creating sentiments and whipping up sentiments and then bringing a lot of emotional value into it. That will say, oh, why are they destroying these people's houses? But my question is simply that. How is the information dissemination? Is it proper? Is it full hills? That is 100% information is disseminated to these people. And honestly, if this kind of information is being disseminated, it should be widespread.
Correct.
So that even people that are not affected should be in the know. So I revert back to what I asked. Is the information being disseminated to the people affected on a regular basis?
Well, no, I think we do that. But when you talk about adequate information or extreme information or total information, that one I would say is a little bit more subjective, and I will tell you maybe not as much as everyone expects. But I know for sure that for those persons who are affected, if you go around, you see red marks. Red marks is a caution sign that that's enough information for whoever owns that property that we're going to come there. And we will be coming there. So please stay off here. The general information, we try doing our best. In a world of information technology, where the world appears to be a global village with contending informations everywhere across the world, when you are putting your own there, you target your target audience, and you just hope that they consume the information and they are sincere to that information. Because if you look at the Mpapi and the areas we have been able to go and tell them this illegality cannot stand. We mark, we inform them, we go to press, good people like you bring it up as topical issues here. But those who are supposed to get involved, to leave most times did not. We had to come there with the machine. Someone was just chatting with me this morning, a very senior government official chatting with me this morning, that he came to Pape and the areas we cleared, people are already building it back.
Yes.
They are rebuilding it back. And I told them, check the buildings they are rebuilding. We have all marked the buildings back for demolition. And they are still living there. They are still rebuilding. And he told me, how far have we gone? Yesterday, journalists came. I spoke to some couple of journalists and I told them we are going to remove all rebuilt illegal structures, particularly the worst ones are in Pape, Gwarimpa axis here, and we've warned them, we've appealed to them, we've marked the structure, we've even served them notices, and they still keep doing that illegality. And the person just said we should do more. I said we keep doing more, but what I only understand, after all of these notices served, all what we've done, the only time they move is when the machines are standing in front. Sometimes it even gets so bad that they will be watching you until the bulldozer hits the window. Then they will say, Oga, I want park. Oga, allow us park. But you've given them 2 months, 2-3 months notices. You've served them. You fulfilled all legal part. And worse off is that they don't even have any legal document to the said properties that they have on the ground. One man just use a rope or whatever,
mark it down for you, and then takes your money.
You dig, and the next time the man disappears, you gone. Those are problems. Then we told the people in Mpape, those in the old market, please leave the road corridor. Leave the road corridor. They are still there. When we come to clear, they will say nobody give them notices. We've been crying out that. Those in Gwarimpa, in Yarkaswa, Tipa Garage Market, they have occupied a road corridor, a road stretch. Although the road have not been built, but they've converted it to a marketplace, allocated it to themselves, and one man there just making huge amount of hundreds of millions of naira. We told them, leave the road corridor open. It can't be a market. It's a road corridor with some little buffer lands by the side. Leave it open. We will still be going there. When you go there, after we have marked, we've sent notices and everything, the next thing somebody picks up his phone on social media, oh, this is my shop, they came here with caterpillar, things are hard, I am suffering, oh, I am this, oh, Ata is wicked. And the next thing you discover that the person, but the beauty is that when the people uses the road and they pass freely, they would discard such misinformation.
Of course, yes. Of course, yes. Thank you for your insights. And to you, our viewers out there, I would like to reiterate what my brother ADHERE has given to us here. Information are being disseminated to you. There is one word I would like to tell you. Are you hearing what you are listening to? Are you listening to the information that is being passed to you? Are you being stubborn and ignorant not to listen to the information given to you? Are you just plainly trying to whip up sentiments that, oh, this is where I live, this is my breadwinning office? For God's sake, you were somewhere before you came there. And when you came there, you were informed that where you are is inappropriate. And you still go ahead with it. There are examples that I have seen, that I keep seeing here in Mbappe. Like my brother said, there was demolition. And you wouldn't believe it, 2 months or maybe a few weeks afterwards, they have started erecting structures.
Well, you don't need to worry about that. No.
You will come back at them.
No, very soon. Everything. And they will all go before Christmas.
That's what I am telling you. I am informing you now. Learn how to listen to guidelines and policies of government so that you don't fall shy of a demolition order. But at the same time, my brother, I would like to ask you something that even goes, we're talking in terms of informal sector, my people, my everyday people. I still want to talk about people are called the elites. Part of the design of Abuja says, in terms of infrastructure, there is a road, there is a verge, and there is a sidewalk.
Okay.
You will find out that even within the city itself, you will find out that these our so-called elites and the rest of them, they've abused the verge, they've abused the walkway. You will find them turning walkways into car parks. You will find them, some verges are gone.
Correct.
I guess if we can regularize the informal sector, we should be able to regularize the formal sector too.
No, not even formal sector. I think everyone should just be within the law.
Yeah,
everyone
of course,
should
yes,
within the
course,
law.
Yes.
Whether you are the big man or the small man, everybody should obey
with it. Yes.
Because if we do, that's why when we went out for the estate developers who are the big billionaires, the very big billionaires, and we touched their properties, you could see the cry. And we will be doing that because most of the Abuja mass housing estates, they've sold out all the green areas. If you go to estate now, you won't see schools. You hardly see mosques. You hardly see churches. You hardly see playgrounds. You hardly see markets. As big as Gwarimpa housing estate, there's no market. So they depend largely on the road and maybe one village there. Because the entire space for market, the entire space for market in those entirety of Gwarimpa housing estate, as massive as it is, almost all have been given out. When you go to other estates, you find out that critical infrastructures like schools and others in some estates don't even exist at all. They've converted all to residential apartments. So when all of these are there, you discover that you'll be having some real big problems here. And we are going after them. Some people, even in Maitama, Asukura and others, they dumped their own construction waste on the road. Some of them even built some blockage of the walkway. Some of them will put green and tell you nobody will pass through. No walking, no stopping, no loitering. It's a walkway in front of your house.
Of course.
Somebody must walk, somebody must loiter, and somebody must pass through. Your land starts after where your fence is. What is in front belongs to the Fcta and the public.
Okay, my brother, at this juncture, please let us kindly take another advert. Welcome back. My brother, I would like you to encapsulate what we've been talking about this morning by giving your last word to Nigerians or Abujans about what to do and what you are going to do, because nothing is going to stop you. The Honorable Minister has given his word. He is a gentleman's gentleman, and I believe in people like that. Whatever they say, they mean it. And you being an arm of the Honorable Minister, what is your last word to Abujans? What they should do, what they should listen to, and when and where they should move?
No, I think it's just an appeal to them to please, let's be a little bit sensitive to our city. Let's own the city. Let's actually drive the process of appropriate development of Abuja, so that we all together can own a beautiful city. Don't do what will actually paint the city in bad light. For those persons in areas where we have already removed and cleaned, please don't rebuild. If you rebuild, we are going to be removing them. And I'm serious, we'll be removing them before Christmas. I'm serious. I told somebody yesterday, there was a time I know some part of Fcta many years ago, they did demolition on Christmas Day. If it takes us removing illegality, because people are trying to build hurriedly at this period, believing that we have gone for Christmas.
Gone for a break.
We've not gone for Christmas. The machines are being lubricated, they are being serviced,
in readiness.
And within a short time, we'll be going out, even this week. So please, I beg everyone to please try as much as possible to obey the law. Own the city. Don't throw trash everywhere. Keep the city clean. Estate developers, don't go beyond the land approved for you. Don't sell out lands for worship places, land for green areas, land for playground and others. Don't sell it out to people to build houses. Let's ensure that we maintain a beautiful city that we all will be very much proud of. It's easy to condemn someone in and out of government here, but you who is in your little corner, please try and do something very well. For those who have served notices, we beg them to please start to move. The ones we can do, we'll do them between now and the end of the year. By next year, we'll be having so much massive removal of illegal structures. The Babambolas are not helping us. The Pantekas are not helping us. The Shanties are not helping us. Many criminal guys are hiding in this area. There are good people who are in Panteka. Good people there who are selling fairly used. But there are bad people, very many of them, who sell stolen goods. There are other persons there who are Babambola who dump refuse anywhere. So we are trying to do real heavy work here and actually hitting very dangerous criminal spots and illegal settlements. So we'll be doing more. But I know we can't finish all. I will be very
work in
bold
progress.
to admit
It is
that.
work in progress.
But within the context and the time God gave us, the short time in office, we'll do the ones that we can do. For those who are hurt, sincerely, we're very sorry. We know how painful it is. But when you are buying those land from the locals, the thing you tell yourself is, before government come, I would have made my money.
And go somewhere else.
Go somewhere else. But when government is coming, you discover that house is addictive. It's addictive. When you own a property,
you fall in love with it. You fall in
love with the property. You're addicted to the property. So even if it's a small hut and they're asking you to go, or a small container, or a small batcher, you shed tears, you cry, we feel your pain and everything. But so please get good things. And those of you who are rich, don't waste your money so much on illegal areas. We had a case in Ido Seriki, where a particular property, from the value we look at it, will be about 200 million plus.
You're kidding me?
No, we brought everything down, because we told the person, you can't build something so a Metama type of house Where we are removing other houses, we will leave your own. You can't leave your
it's
own.
impossible.
You don't even have a paper. You don't even have a plan. You don't even have anything. So
there's no approval for anything.
If we touch the poor man's house, your own that is a big man's mansion on the same location, we'll bring it down, and so that the purpose of that particular area will actually be what the place will be used for. So I think it's just all. We're praying that we could do all of this together with the cooperation and support, so that once we push through all of this, we'll be happy and we'll have a city that we all can enjoy and be very proud of.
Thank you very much, my brother ADHERE.
Thank you very much, sir.
And to you, my viewers out there, you've heard it from him. He is the man from the Honorable Minister of the FCT, and he is telling you live and direct what the situation is. He shares your empathy. He is a Nigerian like you are, but at the same time, he is telling you simple brass tacks, simple ABCs. Kindly adhere to rules and regulations of the FCT, and it will be well with every one of us. My brother, I would like to say thank you for honoring.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
And to you, our viewers, don't go away.